Good morning, dear freshers. I am Muhammad Al Burhan, lecturer English, Govt Yasin College, Faridpur. I welcome you all to Govt Yasin College, and this is a beautiful college. You soon will understand the college has a beautiful campus, but you are not getting the chance to physically visit it right now because it is a changed situation because of coronavirus. So stay safe and sound wherever you are and connect with us via online media like Zoom, Facebook, and other online media. As per the direction of the Ministry of Education and under the guidance of our much respected principal, Professor Shilarani Mondul sir, and respected Vice Principal, Professor Fazlul Haq Khan sir, I am conducting to this session. Now I will deliver a lecture on your HSC English syllabus. At first you have to understand what a syllabus is. Actually, a syllabus is a written document of what you need to do throughout your academic session. So I will discuss syllabus along with marks distribution. I will also provide you some suggestions for your examination. Today I will discuss first paper English syllabus. So let me share the screen for you, but I want to share another thing with you. You have just started your journey towards higher education. So from the very beginning, you have to be very careful. You have to study regularly, systematically, and sincerely so that you can reach your goal. We, the teachers and administrators, especially our principal sir and vice principal sir, are with you to help you in any need. We are very much sincere, cordial, helpful, and friendly. Please attend your classes regularly and feel free to join us when you need any help. We are ready to serve you, but you have to serve yourself first. That means you have to be very much sincere. As a teacher, I would like to advise you that never misuse your time. There is a proverb, a current saying, and the saying is very much popular for the student. The saying goes that first year don't care, but it is totally wrong. If you do not start your study from the very beginning, you will miss a lot of opportunities. Then you have to regret for your mistake. So we are with you. Please feel free to join us and feel free to have a great contact with us so that we can help you reach your goal and prepare your lesson properly. Now I'm sharing a screen for the convenience of your understanding. Give me some time. Here is the screen for you. As I have already mentioned that today I will deliver a lecture on your first paper English syllabus. I will also provide you marks distribution and some suggestions. Number one question, there will be a textual passage. The passage will come from your English for Today book. It has two parts, A and B. Number A, MCQ, that means multiple choice questions. The item offers you 5 marks. Each item will give you 4 answers, but 3 answers are wrong. You have to understand wrong answers and avoid them, and you have to answer the right one. In your SSC examination, you had this item. You had 7 MCQ questions. So you are very much accustomed to answering this item. You need to build up your vocabulary to get full marks from this item. Number B, open-ended questions. It offers you 10 marks. Why it is called open-ended questions? You have to understand it. Open-ended questions mean your answer will be different from another one's answer. So the end is open to all. Suppose if I ask you, what is your name? You will say, if your name is Alif, you will say, I am Alif. Someone else will say, I am Arab. So end is open. Another name of these questions are WS questions. So it is totally different from yes-no questions. Yes-no question, you have to only answer either yes or no. Suppose if I ask you, have you taken your meal? This is a yes-no question. Why? You can answer yes or no. But if I ask you, where are you going? You cannot say yes or no. You have to answer, I am going to Dhaka, I am going to market, I am going to Borishal. So the end is open to all. And for a better understanding of your open-ended question and to have a good command over it, you must understand tense, that means grammar. At the same time, you have to put right information. You have to choose the right information from your text. At the same time, you have to put them in a correct consequence based on the tense of the question. Number 2, there will be another textbook passage, and the name of the item is information transfer or flowchart. This among these two items, one item will come, but flowchart is very much important. Information transfer is less important. Look at the sample. Read the passage and complete the table below with the given information. So here is the information transfer table for you. There are 4 columns. There might be 3 columns. So it may vary according to the question setters. First column, if there is a gap in first column, you have to write the information regarding subject or thing. If you get a gap in second column, you have to write the action, that means event, activity, or verb. If there is a gap in third column, you have to give us the information regarding time, date, etc. And if you have gap in last column, you have to give us information regarding places. So this is all about information transfer. I think you are habituated to this item in your SSC level. So it is a simple item. It offers you 10 gaps and 10 marks for it. And now alternative option, it is called flowchart. Based on your reading, you have to make short notes as a flowchart, flow of information. Number on will be done for you, and you have to point out another 5 information box. Totally, you have to write 6 points, and for each point you will be given 2 marks if you are correct. This is the layout of your flowchart item. This is a sample item from your English for Today book, and first one is done for you. Number 3, there will be another textual passage, and you have to summarize the passage, and it offers you 10 marks. And you have to, there is no fixed line or sentences that you have to write 5 or 6 sentences. You can write even 4 sentences or 7 sentences based on the quantity of your passage. That means if the passage is very much lengthy, you can write even 6, 7, or 8 sentences. So generally you have to write 1/3 of the passage. Here is a sample passage to summarize. Number 3, summarize the following text. And these 3 items will come from your English for Today book. This is exclusively available in your English for Today book. So you should study the book very attentively to make good result in your examination, at the same time to have a good command over English. The book will help you build up your vocabulary and you will soon have a good command over English. This is a nice book for you. And now I'd like to give you some suggestions from this book, the important passages. First on, I stand before you today with a heart. This is the just beginning of the passage. The passage has been extracted from the historic speech of Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman from unit on, lesson on. Number 2, the assembly has been called into session. It is also extracted from the historic speech of Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. Number 3, when you are in the driving seat, this is about safe driving, unit 4, lesson on. Number 4, as a child you must be taught. This is the just beginning of the passage. It is about etiquette and manner. As a child, we must follow some etiquette and manners. We have to show some good manners, and the passage discusses our way of behavior as a social being. It is from unit 7, lesson on. About adolescence, there are some passages. The passages are from unit 6, lesson on, to a story of Shilpi, an adolescent girl, lesson 6. In the new version of your book, there are some differences, but almost the lessons are same. So no matter whether it is from the particular unit or not, you just understand the heading and you will find it in your English for Today book. Anna Frank is perhaps, this is a passage about Anna Frank, who was caught and who died of typhus during the Hitler regime. University should never be. So the passage is about how should a university be. It is from unit 15, lesson on. My name is Americo. The passage is about Americo, a street child, his hardship, his laborious activities and suffering are discussed in the passage. Water, water. There are 2 parts of this passage. It is from unit 12, lesson 1. This is all about water crisis of the world. And the first part of the passage discusses the water crisis of Bangladesh. I think the second part discusses the water crisis of Bangladesh, and first part discusses the water problem in general. About the Sundarbans, the present conditions of Sundarban, why it is retreating and why it is facing a lot of problem. Number 11, Kuakata, which is called Shagurkonna. The passage is about Kuakata. Number 12, according to the passage is about Gazipir, a Muslim legend who preached Islam in the southern part of Bangladesh. Number 13, Hercules was the, so the passage is about Hercules, unit 14, lesson 4. Dreams have fascinated. So the passage is about dreams, the characteristics of dreams, and why we dream, what purpose does a dream serve. The passage discusses these issues. Number 15, the term diaspora. Diaspora means a group of people who shift their homeland and settled in new places. They are called diaspora. Bangladeshi people form great diaspora in England, UK. So the passage is about diaspora, general condition of diaspora, the history of diaspora and the present diaspora situation. Unit 9, lesson on. I again want to share you the information that unit might vary according to the new book, but no matter, just you will find them in your English for Today book. British Bangladeshis, Unit 9, lesson 2. So the passage is about the diaspora of British Bangladeshis, the people of Bangladesh who live in Britain. Number 17, migration from Bangladesh. So this is about migration from Bangladesh to England. Number 18, conflict. The passage is about conflict or clash, the different characteristics of conflict, why conflict takes place, what are the characteristics of conflict, how should we control conflict in our life, etc. Number 19, a peace movement. The passage is about peace movement, history of peace movement, various characteristics of peace movements. Number 20, beauty is easy to appreciate. So this passage is about characteristics of beauty. What is beauty? Why beauty is different according to the eyes of the beholders. Number 21st, folk music. It has two parts. A part on discusses general characteristics of folk music, and second part discusses Bangladeshi folk music. Question may come from first part or second part. You have to be prepared. Number 22, craft work. It has also two parts. The first one discusses general characteristics of craft work. The second part discusses the condition of Bangladeshi craft work and its present critical situation. Number 23, there are some passages which are less important, but you have to be careful. If you want to make good result, you have to study them. The first one is about Nelson Mandela, the first black South African president who fought against apartheid and who became the first black president in 2004. It is from unit on lesson 2. Valentina Tereshkova, she was a Russian astronaut. And Kalpana Chawla, she was an Indian-born astronaut. Number 4, unsafe level of pesticides. This is all about safe food, safety of food, and the presence of pesticides in our food items like milk, fishes, vegetables, how they are contaminated, and what is the condition of our market. Number 5, the Lanchan. This is a story of Somerset Maugham. This is the story of a young writer and a lady guest. This is an interesting story. You will enjoy reading the story. Number 6, tertiary education in Bangladesh. So this is the passage about the condition of tertiary education in Bangladesh. Number 7, Hakaluki Haor. This is all about a haor of Bangladesh called Hakaluki, the beautiful landscape of Hakaluki and its various conditions. Number 8, I Have a Dream. This is a speech of Martin Luther King, I Have a Dream. The passage has been extracted from this. speech. Number 9, alleviating traffic congestion. So the passage is about the traffic problem of Bangladesh and how we can alleviate traffic congestion in Bangladesh. So I think if you cover these passages, you will have a good command over your number 1, 2, and 3 items for exam purpose. Now I will discuss number 4 item, cloze test with clues. It offers you 5 marks. Look at the sample question. There are not 10 clues, but there are 10 gaps, but clues are more than 10. There are 2 more clues. So you have to avoid 2 clues. So this is a problem for him. This is something tricky. At the same time, you have to change parts of speech based on the position of the gap. Suppose there is a word nature. You can use it adjectively, so you should use it natural. And for seriously, you might use it serious as an adjective. So you should have a good command over parts of speech if you want to have a good command over this item. The item might seem easy, but it is difficult as you have to change the parts of speeches. Number 5, cloze test without clues. And number 4, though there are 10 options, each options offer you half mark. So all 10 options offer you 5 marks. But number 5 item offers you 10 marks for 10 gaps. Each gap offers you 1 mark. For these items, number 4 and 5, you have to study your English for Today cloze test textbook. At the same time, you should study various sources other than your English for Today textbook. So the passages for number 4 and 5 item might come either from your textbook or outside of your textbook. Rearrangement of sentence. In your HSC examination, you had rearrangement of sentences. You had 8 sentences in your HSC syllabus, but now you have 10 sentences. This is the difference. The sentences are disorderly arranged. You have to make the right order. You need not write any paragraph. You just correct the sequence of the sentences, and you just show the number and which number will for which one. Which number will be for which one? You have to. You can make a box and write them accordingly. Number 7, paragraph. It offers you 10 marks. There is a sample paragraph, and the paragraph will, you can see there are 5 questions in this item. You need not answer the questions individually, but you can write a paragraph, and in your paragraph, the answer of these questions will be present. Here is a list of important paragraphs for you. Number 1, an ideal student. Characteristics of an ideal student. What should you do to be an ideal student? Early or premature marriage. Diaspora, that means the people who shift their motherland and live in another land. Etiquette and manners. Climate change. Dowry system, a bad system for our society. folk music or Palligiti, environmental pollution, adolescence. That means the people of very young age or pre-adult people. Human rights. We have some basic rights, and the paragraph is about our rights. Pahela Baishak, the uses and abuses of mobile phone, internet. Gender discrimination. So discrimination based on your gender, when a particular gender is given more important. Gender discrimination. Street children, like Amerigo, a book fair, drug addiction, modern technology, the Sundarbans, the historic speech of 7th March, food adulteration, that means making some unusual items with your food, the pollution of food items, adding some harmful items or substances in your food to make it more profitable and look good. This is called food adulteration. Your best friend, Digital Bangladesh, dream and reality. So these are some important paragraphs for you. Now is story writing. It offers you 7 marks. There will be some lines from a story and there will be a gap. You have to finish writing the story. At the same time, you have to give a title of the story. You had story writing in your HSC, so I need not elaborate my explanation. Here is a list of important stories. Number 1, money cannot bring happiness, or this is a story of a cobbler and banker. The banker offers the cobbler some money. At first the cobbler became very much happy, but at the same time he became worried. What should he do with his money, and his happiness gone. Number 2, honesty is the best policy. This is the story of an honest woodcutter who lost his wood, who lost his axe. The axe flew into water, and a fairy offers him a gold or silver axe, but he refused to take them as they were not his. Thus he showed his honesty and the fairy rewarded him. This is the story about an honest woodcutter. Who is to bail the cat? This is the story of some rats who are very much disturbed by a cat. So the rats want to bail the cat, but no one come forward. This is the story. The moral of the story is that we have a lot of plan, but it is very much difficult to implement them. Number 4, nobody believes a liar. A liar shepherd who used to tell a lie and who cried saying, "Tiger, tiger," and save me, save me. People came and he laughed. There was no tiger, but one day a tiger came and it killed him. Thus the liar shepherd was punished. Number 5, slow and steady wins the race. This is the story of a hare and a tortoise. The hare was very much proud of his speed, but the tortoise was very much industrious. One day, the hare invited the tortoise to have a race. The hare was very much quick, but he slept a lot. But the tortoise was slow, but at the same time, he was very much steady. At last, the tortoise won the race. And number 6, grasp all, lose all. This is a story about golden goose. A farmer had a goose. The goose laid golden eggs every day, but the wife of the farmer was very much greedy. He wanted to get all golden eggs at a time. That is why they just killed the goose with a knife. Alas, they did not get any golden goose. That is how they were punished for their greed. So this is all about greed. It teaches us we should not be greedy at all. Rather, we should be happy with what we have. Number 7, dress does not make a man great. This is an excellent story of Sheikh Sadi. Sheikh Sadi used to lead a very normal life. Once he was invited by the king and he started his journey. Meanwhile, he took shelter in a nobleman's house. That nobleman didn't treat him well because he was normally dressed. And after returning, Sheikh Sadi collected very fashionable dress and very good dress from the king. This time, the nobleman understood Sheikh Sadi as a great man and he invited him cordially. And Sheikh Sadi put the food offered by the nobleman to his pocket, and the nobleman became very much surprised, and he asked why Sheikh Sadi was behaving in a strange way. And Sheikh Sadi explained that he was honored because of his dress. So we should understand that dress does not make a man great. Greatness is absolutely a different thing. We ourselves make us great by our good activities. Number 8, the scholar and the boatman. This is a story of a scholar and the boatman. The scholar asks a boatman a lot of questions, but the boatman failed to answer. All on a sudden, it begins storming, and the boatman asked the scholar whether he can swim or not, as the boat is about to drown. The scholar said that he did not know how to swim, and the boatman said that his life is all in vain. So the story tells us that our practical knowledge is very much important in our life. The story of a dove and an ant. An ant is the story of a dove and ant gives us a detailed view of a friendship and how a friend helps another friend in his danger. Number 10, King Midas and his golden task. This is also about greed. King Midas was very much fond of gold, and he prayed to God to have a golden touch, and he was given the power. And when he touched something, it turned into gold. All on a sudden, he touched his daughter. The daughter became gold, and King Midas understood his mistakes, and he prayed to God to get rid of his golden touch. Number 11, a midnight phone call. It is a creative story. Number 12, an unwanted accident rescuing someone. It is also a creative story. Bayezid's devotion to his mother. So Bayezid was very much devoted to his mother, and his mother wanted to have a glass of water. You all know the story. A cunning fox and a foolish crow. Once a crow got a piece of meat, and a cunning fox or a clever fox saw it. It wanted to have this piece of meat, and it requested the crow to sing, as the crow, according to the fox, was a great singer. When the crow started singing, the piece of meat fell from his mouth, and the cunning fox took it and flew away. The story tells us that we should not believe the sweet words of some cunning and selfish man. We should be very much careful about the motive of a dishonest person. Number 15, where there is a will, there is a way. We all know the story of a thirsty crow who wanted to drink water as it was very much thirsty, and he saw a jar, but the water was out of his reach, and he just dropped some pebbles one after another, and gradually the level of the water rose and the crow drank water. So this is the story about willpower. If you have will, you will get the means. Number 16, a friend in need is a friend indeed. This is a story about two friends. One friend knew how to climb up a tree, but another friend did not know it. When a bear appeared before them, the friend who knew how to climb up a tree climbed up the tree, but the friend who did not know how to climb up a tree just pretended to be dead. The bear came and understood the friend who did not know how to climb up a tree as a dead man, and it went away. So this is a story about true friendship. A true friend will help you in your danger. King Lear and his daughters. This is the story about an old king and his 3 daughters, and the story tells us his daughters' love. It tells us the difference between real love and artificial love. Number 18, life of an intelligent boy who was successful. This is a creative story, imaginary story. The story of an honest girl, the story of a struggling girl or boy. Number 19, this is also an imaginary story. It is a creative story. You can make your own story. Number 20, story of Rina, a college student who wants to join a book fair. This is also a creative story. Story of an old photograph. This is based on a story of your English for Today book. Number 22, the story of a boy who got a lot of money. There is a writing mistake, lot of money. Sorry, the story of a boy who got a lost money bag. So someone's money bag got lost and the boy got it and returned to the owner of the bag. So this is the story about honesty. This is also something imaginary, and it is also creative. Number 9, email or letter. Email or letter are almost the same. There are some differences in layout and designing. Here is a list of some important email congratulating on a brilliant success. I have just written it very shortly in brief. Congratulating on a brilliant success. Someone may become successful in his or her examination or in any debate competition. So we need to congratulate him or her. Expressing condolence or condoling a friend for a death. That means your father's or someone's father is no more, and you have to condole them. You have to show your sympathy. Number 3, admission information, admission procedure for overseas students. You want to get admitted yourself into a foreign university, and you ask for the information regarding this university through email. Advising not to smoke, not to adopt unfair means in the exam, to avoid bad company, to study attentively, to take part in games and sports. This is number 4 item. Number 5, advising not to waste time surfing the internet. So browsing internet without any purpose is not good. and you should advise your younger brother or sister not to browse internet without any need. Thanking for hospitality. You visited your friend's house, and when you returned, you just dropped a letter or email thanking for hospitality of your friends and his family. Number 7, thanking for a birthday gift. Number 8, inviting a friend to join a marriage ceremony, a birthday party, a picnic, or to spend his vacation to visit your country. So you should invite your friend to attend various occasions. First occasion, a marriage ceremony, or a birthday party, or a picnic, or you can invite your friend to spend his vacation with you, or you can invite your friend to visit your country. It is for your foreign friend. Number 9, about HSC preparation, progress in study. You just share your experience with your friends regarding your HSC preparation. Number 10, to return a borrowed books. One of your friends has borrowed a book from you. He has not returned it yet, and you should write a letter or email so that he can return your book. Number 11, to father for some money. You are running short of money, so you just send an email or a letter to your father for some money. Describing a tour, picnic, excursion, an event, or the beauty of Bangladesh. So your friend is very much eager to know a particular event. The event may be tour, picnic, excursion, an event, the beauty of Bangladesh, and you should describe it to your friend. Number 13, about co-curricular activities. Your college regularly arranges co-curricular activities, sports competition, cultural activities, and you should inform your friend about the matter. Benefit of reading newspaper. Number 14, how to improve in English. So you can share your experience with your friends regarding the improvement of English and how you can improve your English knowledge. Number 10, graphs and charts. In your SSC examination, you had this item. There will be a graph or charts. There might be pie chart or bar chart. Pie chart is a circular chart, and you have to describe the chart based on your understanding of the chart. Here is a sample chart. Look at the important chart for you. Internet users in Bangladesh, or internet users in villages and towns. So first, on internet users in Bangladesh of different years, you have to compare and contrast. Second, on compare and contrast between the internet users in villages and towns. Third, on time allocation on various activities. So a student spend his time, or students spend their time on various activities. It is a sort of pie chart, and you should describe the pie chart. The choice of profession by educated people. Educated people of Bangladesh choose different profession, and all professions are not liked by all people. Some professions are mostly liked and by more people. So you have to write a paragraph based on your understanding. Number 5, types of transportation used by students. So students go to school by various transportation, and you should write a paragraph based on your understanding of the pie chart regarding the percentage of the use of transportation of some students to reach their school or college. Number 6, the percentage of early marriage in different countries. This is also a compare and contrast paragraph based on your understanding of the graph. You should write the early marriage situation of different countries. There might be 3 or 4 countries in the graph. Number 7, the infant mortality rate, population growth rate. The two are almost the same. The style are the same. Infant mortality rate, out of 100, infant mortality rate, or out of 1,000. Infant mortality rate means the death rate of our children over some years. Number 8, the number or rate of mobile phone users in Bangladesh from this year to that year. You have to compare and contrast. Number 9, students after school activities. Number 10, source of air pollution in a city. So a city's air is polluted in some particular ways, and the pie chart shows us the different ways. Number 11, the consumption of power supply for different sectors. The consumption of, it will be of. The consumption of power supply for different sectors. So we need to use power to serve our particular purposes, and different sectors use power, that means electricity, but they do not use power in the same way. Some sectors use more power, some sectors use less power. So you have to make a comparison and contrast between these sectors. This is a kind of pie chart in a form of percentage. Pie chart always shows us some percentage in a circular way. It draws a circle, and in these circles there are some part. It indicates that the coverage of a particular herd out of 100. Number 12, favorite subjects of 200 students. So the graph shows that 200 students like some subjects like math, mathematics, English, Bangla. So they do not like all subjects. So you have to make a graph based on their choice. Number 13, the rate or number of people living below the poverty line. There are a fixed poverty line, and the rate of people living below the poverty line from this year to that year. The literacy rate of Bangladesh. Number 15, increasing in the number of overseas students and at universities. So overseas students, that means the students who are from some foreign countries, their number are increasing, and you have to make a graph based on this increase. Number 16, percentage of travelers who use different transportation. So travelers use various transportation. This is a sort of pie chart. Number 17, the number of mobile phone and internet users. This is almost as same as the previous items. Number 11, the last one, theme writing. It offers you 8 marks. Theme writing, it will come mostly from your textbook or outside textbook. The item is very much important for you, and either poem or any passage may come, and you may be asked to write the theme, or you may asked to appreciate the poem or passage critically. So critical appreciation of a poem or a passage means that you have to write down what you have understood and what does the poem mean to you. Here is a sample, and for this item you have to cover textual poem There are 12 textual poems. That means in your English for Today book, there are 12 poems. I have a separate sheet based on this item, so I haven't written it in this screen. These 12 items will be taught in a separate class, and other than this 12 item, the question might come from out of text sources of poem, like Fair Daffodils Weep to See. This is a poem about the short living of human being. Number 3. So number 1 from your textbook, it has 12 poems, and number 2 out of textbook, Fair Daffodils. It is about the life of human being, the shortness of our life, like daffodil flowers. Number 3, I Wandered Lonely as a Cloud. This is a poem about daffodils. The poet walked lonely, and all on a sudden saw a lot of daffodil flowers, and he became very much amazed seeing them. Under the Greenwood Tree. This is a poem about natural beauty and living, the benefit of living with close contact with nature. Number 5, I Meet a Traveler from an Antique Land. The name of the poem is Ozymandias. The poem tells us the futility of power and pomp. Number 6, There is no frigate like a book. This is a poem of Emily Dickinson. It tells us the importance of reading book. Number 7, What is this life if full of care? This is about the busy life of human being in modern age, as we have no free time to enjoy the natural beauty. Number 8 is Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening. It is a poem by Robert Frost. The poem tells us that we have a lot of things to do before we die, and we should not take rest, leaving our work. Number 9, My Heart Lifts Up When I Behold. This poem tells us our close contact with nature. This is a poem by Wordsworth. Number 10, Time, You Old Gypsy Man. This is a poem about time, and it tells us that time and tide wait for none. We can offer a lot of things to time. Here time has been personified. The poet imagines time as a person, and he offers time a lot of lucrative things, and requests time to stop for a while, but time does not listen to anyone. It goes forward. This is all from my lecture of syllabus and marks distribution and also suggestions. I hope you have understood my points, and thank you all to keep patient and join me. Again, I have an advice for you that never misuse your time. Try to be very much regular from the very beginning of your study life, and always try to contact with us. We are very much ready to help you. Thank you a lot.